Welcome to the PrepZone show presented by Bevill State. I'm your host, Jonathan Bentley. I'm back this week, joined by my co-host, Zach McCullough.
Yeah, you were out last
Yeah, you did a good job doing that by yourself. That's twice now.
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have to. I should get
Yeah,
paid extra.
I know, right? Yes, I know. I mean, because like you said, talking by yourself is a little... I do it all the time at home.
Right.
Talk to myself, yell at the TV. My wife will be like, what's that? I was like, I'm just talking to the TV. And never talks back.
Never does.
So we're coming down to the home stretch of the football season now.
Well,
A lot of teams are done.
Stretch. It's pretty much.
We're at the stretch. Yes, it's over almost.
It's almost.
We're down to one game left for most teams.
For most teams.
For a couple, 3 games left?
Yeah, you'll have a couple of teams make a run in the playoffs. You could have 3 or 4 games in college playoffs. Of course, high school's over.
Yes, high school's over. Yeah, I noticed Georgia still hasn't had theirs yet.
Still have
Running really late.
That's weird.
Yeah, they're having theirs at Mercedes. We have ours at.
Oh yeah.
We need a dome stadium.
We do.
Really do.
Because it was pouring rain that one of those days. Maybe it was that Thursday they had state championship games in Birmingham. It was cold and rainy. Not as cold as it has been earlier this week, but
yeah, it's gonna warm up. All right, so we'll jump straight into what's left of the high school football for us, which is our player of the year. We haven't named them yet.
No, haven't known.
And if you disagree with us, or if you agree with us, put a comment, and we'll look at those. But our offensive finalists, do you want to mention those?
Yeah, our offensive finalists we have in no particular order. Tyler Thomas.
Not even alphabetical.
Not even alphabetical. You just toss them in there in whatever order. Tyler Thomas from Oatman. His stats, 203 rushes, 1,809 yards, 28 touchdowns. That's 9 yards a carry, which is very impressive for the Oatman running back. He was do everything for them this year. We also have Spencer Unruh at corner, who had a fantastic season again, 1,741 rushing yards, 25 touchdowns, an average of 7.4 yards per carry. Then also on the receiving end, 25 catches, 337 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything. Speaking of a little bit of everything, the Addison quarterback, Elijah Roberts, rushing, he had 659 yards and 14 touchdowns. That's on the ground. Through the air, almost 1,200 yards, 1,197, and 19 touchdowns, while only 3 interceptions. But that's very impressive for 1A football. Your quarterback only 3 interceptions. That's really impressive.
A team that was really good too. I mean, 33 touchdowns. Reminds me of Mendoza. He had around that number this year and won the Heisman. Now, out of those 3, I guess the crazy thing about Thomas, he did this in 10 games.
Only
he had 1,800 yards and 10. You imagine if it had a couple playoff games, it would have been over 2,000 yards easily. All right, so on our defensive side, also in no particular order. Yeah, these are also not
alphabetical.
All right, Chip Crow from Lynn had an outstanding season. C.J. Brown, corner. He's going to sound familiar from last year. Rhett Kofer, who was our player of the year last year on defense. So
defending his crown.
I will tell you this: he was injured like all season. He missed the opener, I believe, and just played through the injury. Made the All-Star team.
Toughness.
Plays in that too. Yeah, he wasn't going to miss his senior year. All right, so start with Crow. Had 127 tackles, 20 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions. Also had 22 total touchdowns on offense. Because he had to fill in at quarterback. Yeah. It's a shame this team didn't make the playoffs.
I know.
They were rolling, beat Barry, and then it all kind of, the injuries finally caught up.
Yeah, but Chip Crow, what an impressive year, especially the 20 tackles for loss. That's really.
Yeah, he was everywhere. He had a huge game against, I think it was Marion County, and a loss.
It was a loss. Yes. Eliminated him from the playoffs.
All right, so C.J. Brown, 115 tackles. I think he had well over 100 last year. 15 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 14 hurries. Also had 2 touchdowns on offense. That's the thing. These guys from corner also played a lot of offense.
They play both ways.
Kofer, like I said, he missed the first game. He might want to miss some other time too. 96 tackles. He had over 100 last year. 10 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, 3 hurries, interception, fumble recovery. Also had 5 touchdowns, with 3 of those coming against Moody in a playoff game. Yeah.
Moody, the eventual state champ.
Yes, 3 touchdown catches in that game. Unfortunately, they ran into Moody. They late lost to Carver, and it kind of all things, you get Moody in the opening round. Yeah, ran through everybody after that. All right, so that's our finalists. Let us know what you think on those, because I think Kofer wasn't even mentioned last year.
We didn't even have him on a and it was pointed out, hey, what about this?
Yeah, what about these ridiculous stats? So he jumped in
and won the award. Yeah.
All right, so we'll jump straight to college. I saw last week you kind of touched on this about there's too many bowl games.
There are, but just wait.
And, I used to love that. I love that there was a Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Yeah.
Now nobody cares.
Yeah. No.
And I think they're 42, or maybe there's more now. Count
41.
playoffs.
Not
41. Okay.
Then I think you have to
41.
throw in the 4 first-round playoffs games. So it's 45.
Well, wow. It's like 90 teams need to be in the playoffs. That's ridiculous. Out of 130, so well more than half make it.
Yeah.
And they had to get 5 and 7 teams this year. So
and there's teams turning them down. It was ridiculous.
the LA Bowl has already said they're not having it anymore.
It's hard to find teams.
Boy, that was Boise, Washington last week. It was an opener of the bowl games for
And it
some
was
reason.
a bloody
Terrible.
murder. It was
Terrible
awful.
game. Yeah, so LA Bowl's out. So we're down to hopefully 44 next year. Hopefully more go.
I think some have to.
Yeah, we've gone too far.
Because some of these bowl games are just awful. You've got, and no offense to the group of 5 schools, but you've got a 5 and 7 or a 6 and 6 group of 5 school, and there are 2 of them in the same bowl game, and that's just not going to sell. You're not going to have people going to those games. You're not going to have many people watching on TV, although it is Christmas break for me, so I might tune in for the heck of it. But for most ordinary people that have to work and have to earn a living, it's not worth it to watch terrible football. So I think eventually a lot of these are going to go bye-bye, right?
Yeah, they've got to. And like I used to love going. Me and my dad would go to the Birmingham Bowl. I saw like Rutgers against Pitt and stuff like that.
That's not a bad.
Or maybe it was Rutgers, NC State. And it was, Pittsburgh, Ole Miss, these games. And now this year it's Georgia Southern against, I don't even remember.
App State, I think.
Yeah, App State. One of them has a losing record. They're in the same conference that have already played.
Yeah, App State 5 and 7, and Georgia Southern 6 and 6.
That is, no, that doesn't need to
It's
happen.
unreal.
And the funny thing is, one of the podcasts I listened to was making fun of the Montgomery Bowl, and it's actually a good matchup. 2 in-state teams.
Yeah, you've got Jacksonville State and Troy.
Yeah, that'll be a huge crowd. Now, that one's worth having. But
Yeah.
Birmingham Bowl this year, boy, that's...
It depends on who's picking. You can have situations like that where whoever selects the bowl games, they might not have good teams, but they can find a good matchup, and that's great.
Mhm.
But a lot of these bowl games, they just can't. They just can't.
Yeah, a lot of teams opted out. So what is the right number of bowl games, you think?
Honestly, that's hard to say. I'd say you probably need 20.
That's what I was
Not
thinking.
counting the playoffs, because obviously you're going to have teams opt out. It's really tough.
Yeah.
Because you
opt
want to
out.
write off a little group of 5 school that goes 6 and 6, like a Missouri State or a Delaware or a Louisiana Lafayette. But in reality, those are the ones that the bowl games actually mean something to.
Right.
It's your 9 and 3 SEC and Big Ten schools
They
that
don't
just miss
care.
the playoffs, or your 10 and 2 Notre Dames to get mad because they get left out. They're the ones that don't care. So
Yep.
it's really tough. You would be punishing a group of 5 schools because of the actions of smaller Power 5 schools.
Yeah.
That's what it would be.
I think it does need to happen. I don't know. I mean, I do love any kind of football game. I mean, if it's
agree.
on, I watch it. I even watched the LA Bowl. It was so awful.
did. I was watching
Most of it.
basketball.
Yeah, Alabama was playing at the same time in basketball. But yeah, I hate to say that for the Birmingham Bowl. It was just so bad this year. Yikes. But they were turned down by a lot of teams.
They were. They tried to offer, I think it was Iowa State and Kansas State. I think they offered.
Both of those
Not
opted
good.
out because of I guess they didn't. Well, they changed
Coaching
coach.
changes,
Yeah, that had a lot to do with
Chris
these
Kleiman
teams out.
retired at Kansas State. Matt Campbell went to Penn State from Iowa State. I think
Oh.
Auburn was offered a bowl spot. I don't know
Yep.
if it was Birmingham or not.
New
They're
coach,
5 and
so
7.
they
They've
don't
got a
want
new
anything to do with
coach.
it. Yeah.
If you've got a coaching change, I get it. Your roster's in flux. You do not want a showcase game for young players to where if they have a big game, somebody will just pay them a bunch of money out of a transfer.
And that will happen.
And that will absolutely
Yes.
happen. So it's just an impossible situation with bowl games because you don't want to punish these little
These
6
little
and
things
6
that-
schools that they really need that, and it's the highlight of their season. But also, it's just too many bowl games.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think you're right.
I want to see an improvement.
I think I hope others go away as well. No offense, but I mean, I want it back to like the 90s when it was 20.
Yeah,
Late
I don't know.
90s, 20 something, 24 would be a good number.
But there's money to be made.
I know that. That's
I
the
want
thing.
you wonder. I haven't seen whether they make money, the NCAA or ESPN or whoever, if they make money or lose money off of it. Because I think ESPN's pretty much got the monopoly on airing bowl games on the TV. So it's up to them if they really want to cut out bowl games or not.
Is ESPN making money off this?
That's the number one question.
Because I don't think that there's not a lot of. Some of these are empty.
Yes.
Stadiums.
You don't make revenue off of
Yeah,
tickets.
you're not gonna get. Yeah, that's not the money. Okay, we'll move to the Heisman quickly. So Mendoza from Indiana wins it.
Yeah, Fernando Mendoza, 4th straight transfer. To
Wow.
he
He was a Cal guy, which I didn't even know that till after the fact.
Didn't they play Auburn when he was the quarterback there?
That's right. They did. I wonder, and he probably beat them.
Probably.
But yeah, did they get that right? He wins over, I guess Pavia was second.
Yeah, Pavia was second, Jeremiah Love third, and Julian Sayin fourth, and Jacob Rodriguez fifth. Honestly, it was kind of a rough year for Heisman. There was no standout do everything. Mendoza, he's the best player in college football this year, and he's a good quarterback, but he's really not Heisman caliber most other years. He certainly doesn't win it last year when you had Travis Hunter.
Would he have won it? I mean, yeah, you look at Joe Burrow numbers or something like that.
Yeah, he doesn't compare to Joe Burrow or a Bryce Young.
But he did have the best numbers.
Or Lamar Jackson. Yeah, he had the best numbers.
This year.
Yeah, this season. So, honestly, it was a decision for the voters where they really didn't have great choice.
Got it right.
But I think, yeah, I agree. They got it right considering who was the other candidate.
Also award Indiana for the good season.
Yeah, it was a great season for Indiana. Signetti's the coach of the year again. Yeah, so Indiana.
Yeah, back-to-back coach of the year.
Back-to-back coach of the year. You don't see that a lot in college football.
I think that was the
first time ever, yeah.
So Pavia, talked about Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia came in second, and I just hate he 3-0 against Auburn. I can't stand it. But what his actions afterward, that he is just, it's unbelievable, right? Is he a little bit of Manziel to him?
He's got too much Manziel in him. He reacted
poorly,
just dragging the voters through the mud. And they had one of your former quarterbacks, Cam Newton, on TV talking about it. What are your thoughts? And Newton looked right in the camera and said, "You know I am a voter, right?" Pavia, I don't understand why he's so classless. He finishes second, and he loses his mind about it because he thinks he should have won it. They ask who's the best player in football, and he says it's him. And he's just, I get it. When you're that small playing in the SEC, you have to be real scrappy.
Swagger, right?
And some swagger to you. But there is a fine line. And obviously, I mean, he's lying about his height, too, just to bring that up, because he was listed as 6 foot, the same height as Jeremiah Love, and you've got Pavia here and Love here, so somebody's lying about their height. He's just, I don't know. He's not going to last in the NFL with this kind of mentality because somebody will crush him. The guy's probably 5'9". Somebody's going to hurt that poor guy. I feel bad for him when he gets there. But, hey, he's making money to get run over, so.
Yeah, and it was pretty classless. I think better of Vanderbilt.
They're a classy school. That's what they
got a guy like this on. But I mean, to have no humility, being a former walk-on,
yeah,
I mean, it's unbelievable.
To finish second in Heisman Trophy voting at Vanderbilt. I don't know if they've ever had anybody that high.
Oh no, absolutely not.
So
yeah, that was great.
He should have been a little more gracious to even be there. But that's not his MO. So
no,
he wasn't gonna change from it.
We'll see how this goes from here for him.
Yeah, he's out of eligibility. So
yes, he can't be Auburn again.
One more game left in him, so for the bowl game.
He said he'll be in that bowl game.
He will be playing it. That's very Pavia-like to play, which I appreciate that. At least he's actually going to play. And then it's off to the NFL or the UFL or whoever will take him.
Canadian League.
The CFL, yeah.
He could be good there.
He could.
All right, so now we go to the playoffs.
The only important football.
Yeah, real football.
Yeah, real football.
This is what's left, not the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Who is in it? Do you remember?
I have no idea.
Whoever Notre Dame refused. So
yeah, they refused.
So it starts Friday with Alabama.
It does. It starts Friday with Alabama at Oklahoma. We'll pick all these games in a minute. But what's your breakdown for it? And what do you think it's going to take for both teams to win?
Wow. Alabama, no mistakes. If you look back, they removed any of those mistakes. Now, it wasn't home, which was a shocking, the only home loss.
The only home loss for DeBoer in 2 years, yeah.
So, yeah, I think when you play in a team like this again, you want to have lost the first time. So Alabama has all the momentum, I think, and they're going to be focused this time. I mean, that was really a fluke. If you look back on it, it was a total fluke. Took all these different things. Oklahoma got all of them right. Do you like to see, speaking of another playoff team, James Madison in this thing?
It's ridiculous. The fact that JMU and Tulane can make the playoffs. And I guess we're going on a little rabbit hole here. Right. But you have Tulane and JMU who are ranked 20 and 24th, I think, in the final rankings respectively. But due to the automatic qualifiers, they're both in the playoffs over Notre Dame, who was ranked 11th, and BYU, who was ranked 12th. And then you have Texas at 13 and Vandy at 14 that had no shot at getting in because these two small schools get in. And if you're going to have a 12-team playoff, you need to have it merit-based. You can't have these little schools getting in just because they win their conference. They need to get rid of the qualifiers. Because there are times, and there have been in the last few years, that teams in the group of 5, or it will be the group of 6 next year when the Pac-12 reboots, that have ranked inside the top 12. Like Boise last year was top 10. Yeah. Cincinnati had a couple of years. I mean, Cincinnati made the 14 playoff out of the group of 5. Central Florida had a couple of years. They would have been in the playoffs. Western Michigan had a year they would have been in the playoffs.
Incredible year. Yeah,
so they don't have to have these automatic qualifiers to get the small schools in.
You got to earn it.
You have to earn it. There are more years where you have a team earn it from the group of 5 than you have a year like this when nobody earned it and a team shouldn't be in. So I think that's something the NCAA needs to look into. Get rid of the automatic qualifier. 12 best teams, straight up, 1 to 12. Rate them who's best. They're playing in the playoffs. If you want to expand it to 14, whatever. 16, whatever. But it's got to be the best teams, not the ones that fill out the certain criteria.
Oh, so you sound very animated about this.
I mean, I think I would be even more animated if Alabama had missed out.
Left out.
And last year, they were left out in that spot for the automatic qualifiers were Arizona State and Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson. Wow.
So Alabama should have got in last year because of it. Now I feel terrible for Notre Dame because the committee made the right move, I guess. They had to put Alabama and Miami in over Notre Dame just based on circumstances there, which we could rehash, but we won't. It's just unfair on the committee to be in that kind of a situation. It's unfair to these teams. And Notre Dame was going to get a lot of money because they don't have to share it with their conference. They're independent. But instead, they miss out. They have no postseason. And now NFL teams are trying to poach their head coach. So they're in a very bad spot right now.
And for Notre Dame.
For Notre Dame. Bless their little Irish hearts.
Yeah, because, I mean, that really, it's not right. As much as I like to see, like, the NCAA tournament, I want to see a Cinderella make a run. I do not want them in the finals. I don't want them in the Final Four because it usually ends up a miserable game. But I almost wish they had their own little championship.
They had their own.
That means something.
That would really
go over there and have your own championship.
Kind of split it into
and then you know one of those teams is going to win it.
Yeah, one of them would.
Instead, they're just going to get probably clobbered here in the first round. That'll be it.
Tulane, who lost to Ole Miss the first time. Ole Miss played them earlier this season, and Ole Miss won 45-10.
Wish you could have not had rematches. Maybe had Alabama play Tulane.
That would have been fun.
That would have been nice.
Or Alabama play Ole Miss.
Yes. Even that would have been better. Yeah, I don't like a rematch. And we got 2 of them in the playoffs.
2 rematches in the first round. That's weird.
All right, so you want to jump to Zach's pick?
Yeah, and guess what our games are?
Those ones we just talked
about? The 4 playoff games that we're just going to talk about. So we'll go in order from what's expected to be the worst games to what's expected to be the best games. We'll start with the number 12, James Madison Dukes, at number 5, Oregon. This is the night game on Saturday. Does JMU have any chance whatsoever to pull off the upset? Any chance at all?
No. And I hate that's a night game. That should have been the 11.
Let's
get this over. What's the right
prime time?
That doesn't. Maybe they wanted to show James Madison on, prime time for the first time all year, probably.
First time ever, probably.
Right.
I mean, JMU. You know who their one loss is?
I do not.
It is Louisville, who also beat Miami.
Wow.
So Louisville
2 of the best wins.
Is one of only 2 teams to miss out on the playoffs, yet beat multiple playoff teams. Texas is the other.
Wow. That's crazy. But, yeah, I didn't know. I knew James Madison. See, if they had been undefeated, this would have been an easier argument.
Right, but they haven't beaten a power conference team all year.
And where is James Madison University?
It's in Virginia. I'm trying to remember the city, though.
That's good enough. I was looking for the state.
It's in the Old Dominion state.
But, yeah, I don't think they have much of a chance here. The line is probably huge, and I will go with that line.
Yeah, I'm going Oregon as well. Oregon's a really good team, a threat to win the national championship. Just the one loss. JMU, it's great for their program, but they don't stand a chance.
Yeah, good to get there.
It'll be an easy win for Oregon. Of course, we say that. You never know in college football. But
got to play the game.
It seems pretty assured that the Ducks will be advancing, and they will take on, with a win, Texas Tech. Now, the rematch, Tulane at Ole Miss. Of course, the big storyline, Ole Miss without their head coach, Lane Kiffin. He's in Baton Rouge. They do have Charlie Weiss Jr. back. Pete Golding is the head coach for this game. So Ole Miss is going to try to overcome all that. That'll be the storyline against a Tulane team whose coach, John Summerall, is still there, but he's leaving for Florida after the season. He's already given the program a bunch of money to make up for it. So does Tulane have a chance to get revenge? You mentioned revenge, so this is technically one of those kind of games.
Yeah, I'm looking for more revenge when their teams are equal, and this is just not it. Now, I mean, there's a lot of upheaval
There
at Ole Miss.
There is.
I mean, thanks to Kiffin. So we'll see if that actually plays a difference. And I just don't think – I think that maybe it'll unify the team even more so.
It might.
So I'm thinking another blowout here.
So
Ole Miss.
You're thinking Ole Miss big. I am too.
One big.
Trinidad Chambliss is a fantastic quarterback. Whether or not he sticks at Ole Miss after the season is up for debate. He'll have to – I think he'll have to file a waiver with the NCAA, as everyone does nowadays. But I think Ole Miss wins. Kewan Lacey, their running back, should have a big game. Probably pretty dominant. And so that's the 2:30 game, by the way, on Saturday. We're kind of working backwards here in terms of time. Here is the 11 a.m. game, the early game Saturday. Number 10 Miami, who a lot of people thought shouldn't have made the playoffs, at number 7 Texas A&M, who started the season so well, going 11-1 or 11-0, lose to Texas to fall to 11-1. This is their next game.
Yeah, it's hard to believe they didn't get a bye after all that.
That's what happens when you lose to Texas.
You couldn't lose that game. But here they are, and boy, Miami is just the most overrated team every year, except for Notre Dame. They always get to a point that I really can't believe they made it. And they'll lose a game they have no business losing. They look so good to start the year and just kind of turned into normal Miami. Lose a game or two you shouldn't. But thanks to the playoff, here they are, instead of missing out like they always do. So, and Texas A&M, they're not that – their record is deceiving. They're not that great.
They haven't really beaten – they beat Notre Dame at Notre Dame. I'm not taking away from
true.
that. That's a good win.
Yeah.
But really, they haven't stacked those big, impressive wins like other teams in the playoffs have.
Now, coming off that Texas loss, I'm going A&M is at home, but this will probably be close. Maybe a touchdown or so.
Marcel Reed for A&M is a fantastic quarterback. Yes. But Miami, I think they step up to the occasion. I'm going the Hurricanes here in an upset. Yeah, Carson Beck, your quarterback. He's had big moments. Well, you say he's used to it. He's never played a college football playoff game.
Wow, what?
Nope. 2023 was his first year. Well, I'll take that back. He's never started. He has played. He had back up. He got in against TCU in 2022 in that championship.
I think I got in on that one.
When he was 65-7, yeah. The next year, his team missed the playoffs. Then last year, he was the starting quarterback, but he got hurt against Texas in the conference championship game, missed their loss to Notre Dame in the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah.
That's why they lost. They didn't have it. So this is his first start in the college football playoff, which is hard to believe. I think he does take advantage, so I'm going Miami. I think their offense is too much for A&M. Texas A&M's great at coming back from behind. We saw how they erased that 27-point deficit against South Carolina. So I think Miami jumps out big. A&M comes back. It goes down to the wire, but the Hurricanes are able to win in the last minute.
That'd be a humongous win for – then I'd have to take back everything I said about them.
You would.
Yes.
You would. And the winner of that will advance to play Ohio State.
And lose.
Well, Ohio State's beatable.
We'll see. Yeah, they are. They're not invincible. Absolutely not.
Then the final game, the one everyone around here is worried about. Friday night, first game of the CFP, primetime game, Alabama at Oklahoma. You talked about revenge just a minute ago. Alabama lost the first meeting of the year, 23-21 in Tuscaloosa. A game where they dominated but could not win on the scoreboard. This time the roles were reversed. It's at Oklahoma. The winner has a trip to the Rose Bowl on the line against Indiana. Who wins? Alabama. Well, these are two teams really that kind of looked flat lately. Alabama just got manhandled by Georgia in their last game. And in their last game for Oklahoma, it took a miracle to beat LSU.
It's a miracle. That was ugly. I mean, both those were. Yeah. And Oklahoma's at home. I just hadn't been really that impressed with them this year. They did beat Alabama on the road.
And they beat Tennessee on the road the week before.
Yeah, another game, and they kind of ran them off the field. It's crazy. Mateer's back, and he seems to be clicking, and Alabama doesn't seem to be. And I don't know what you chalk that up to, because Simpson, maybe you'll chalk it up to the rivalry, and Georgia's really good. So because the last two games.
So they struggled.
But he struggled even before that.
Had really a good game since against Tennessee.
And he was great that game.
He was really good.
Remember how good he was? So hopefully, I just think Alabama's got the revenge factor. It's going to be close. That's just the way both these teams play. It's going to come down to maybe a field goal.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not the field goal. Oklahoma's got the Groza Award winner on their team. And Alabama's kicker can't even hit from 28 yards.
So, yeah, this could be interesting. I'm going Alabama with. I've only picked against them once this year and it was wrong. So yeah.
Twice.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Picked against
I
both
got it
times.
right.
Got
I
it
got
right.
Georgia. Yeah, the second time.
And then missed it against Georgia. So you're
Yeah,
one of one.
only against Georgia do I pick against them. So Alabama
against
will
Georgia.
win this one and get to play.
They would get Indiana. Yes. So in this
So you
one,
believe so too?
I'm picking Alabama.
Of course.
I mean, I'm an Alabama fan. What am I going to
Yeah.
do? Pick against them? They looked so bad against Georgia. They looked so bad. But I'm just going to chalk that up to injuries.
Georgia was really good.
Georgia's really good, and they were looking for revenge. There's that. And injuries. A lot of Alabama's injured players should be back. Get a lot of the starters rested up. I think it's just what Alabama needed. Some time off. And I'm going the Tide here. I think that Bama's able to pull it out. Low scoring, really close. Kind of 16-14, maybe a final score 13-10. Really low scoring. A lot of big defensive plays. Not a lot on offense. Just if you're Alabama, don't throw a pick six.
Yeah, it's time to turn the tables. Why don't they get a pick six this time? They're owed that.
We have had 2 pick sixes this year. Not many. Not enough.
Right.
Not enough.
They're waiting till now. That will be something
Save
to
it
see. Alabama, Indiana.
Oof.
Hopefully we'll get to that.
In the
We
Rose
both
Bowl.
think they will. Yeah.
We think so, but
So get your Rosewood tickets. Get them now.
yes, get to
Yeah.
Pasadena.
Yeah,
Should be nice.
Absolutely. And I hate Alabama didn't have this game at home. They need a revenge at home, but they'll have to get it over there.
Alabama this year has really played fairly, I wouldn't say well on the road, but they haven't lost since August on the road. So
That's right. Yeah. So we'll pick them.
we'll see.
So you don't want to mention the Belt Bowl?
No,
Well,
I really
we-
don't.
we-
The Belt Bowl don't exist anymore. It's
They
the
don't
Duke's
even-
Mayo Bowl now.
Oh, is it? Okay. Wow.
Bowl.
Okay.
When you name your bowl game after the sponsor,
And that's all of them now.
it's. I mean, if you have your sponsor before the name of the bowl game, fair enough. But if you name it after your sponsor, come on, it's going to change every 3 years.
Yeah, it was like that for the Sugar Bowl for years. All right, so that wraps up the show. Let us know if you agree with us, not believe.
Believe in us. Do you believe in us?
Yes, if you do, leave a like. And if you don't, also leave a like. But if you agree with us on our high school players, which I circled right there.
Yeah.
3 defensive and offensive.
And if you disagree with us, let us know.
Yeah, let us
know.
'Cause there's a lot of great players in this area. We didn't mention most of them. I mean, there's only 3 on here. Yeah,
There's too many. Yeah, you got to cut it down to 3.
Yeah, there's several 1,000-yard rushers we didn't even mention here. All right, so we'll be back next week to talk more about football and our winners here in this high school awards. So thanks for Bevill State for sponsoring, Jake for producing, and we'll see you next week.